I'm a true champion. I'm a true champion.
I love the smell of they come in the morning. Get to the chopper! Say hello to my little friend!
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
This is Sparta!
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I have a radical idea. We'll cross the streams.
Cross the streams.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it!
You damn straight, let's do it. What's up, you Miko maniacs? What's up, you maniacs? It's the first inaugural episode of Movie Madness Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, William Davis Moore, and with me I have Wes from Thinking Art Entertainment.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And the Watchman from the Watchman Reviews, my good buddy Joe. What's up?
Hello. It's very early. Well, it's not that early. It's 9 o'clock in the morning now, so I can't really complain, and I'm on a day off. So it's all good. Good morning, everyone.
What's going on? So in case everybody's wondering what the hell's going on, I'm going to let you know. This is the hour-long stream that's going to happen every Tuesday night at 5 o'clock, where all we do is shoot the shit about movies. So we've been trying to stop doing that on the Fridays. We get in these crazy diatribes, but now we got a zone for it. So if you guys are into movies, chat movies. If you want to come in and chat with us, I'll open up the lines here in about 20 minutes. But to start off, we're going to shoot the shit ourselves. So we got anything going on? We got the Oscars coming this week.
We do.
Right? So
Yeah. Who's so Oscars? Have you guys seen Parasite?
Yep.
You've got to have seen Parasite. Now that's.
I have not.
William, fuck it up.
Oh, William Davis. Oh, what are you doing, man?
Someone has to be the pariah.
you got to see it for starters. But it's nominated in Best International and Best Picture, right? And I really, really, really hope it gets Best Picture because I think it is a truly worthy film for Best Picture. It's up against some big ones like 1917 as well. So, but I just think because it's in Best International as well, the Oscars will go and they'll move it across to that and probably give it a gong there, and they won't give it one for Best Picture. But I've got a review coming out for that this week actually, and I loved that movie. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing your review on that.
Dude.
Yeah.
William, you got to watch it. It's so good.
I know. It's been on my list for a minute. Just let me shout out the chat real quick because it's getting crazy. We got Danny McReacts, the maniac himself, the milky bastard. We've got DJ Talks all the way from the other side of the state.
DJ.
Max Vision, What's up, my man? Lulu Bieberful, all the way from the Highlands, or maybe just the lower part of Scotland, some part of Scotland. And we've got Evil Corkin Reacts from the British Isles, and Jelly Duck all the way from the Middle East, and that's it for now. All right, welcome, guys. I hope you got your movie hats on, because it's going to get crazy.
Oh, I forgot my
As long
hat.
as we don't start off talking with Star Wars, it's all good.
Yeah, that would be send us into a deep, dark conversation right away.
Ixnay on the R Wars stage.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I really hope Parasite wins Best Picture, and I'm so confident that it will. I'm actually going to bet on the Oscars this year.
Yeah, right. Wow. I wonder what the odds are. I can find out
It's
if you like.
plus 300. So
Really?
Yeah, if you bet $100, you win 300 right now.
So 3-1.
Nice.
That's pretty long odds though for an Oscars pick, right? So yeah, well,
The year the last time I bet on them the year Moonlight won, and
Right.
I bet on Moonlight because I left the theater. I usually have like a pretty good instinct about what I think is going to win. Last year, I really thought Roma was going to win, but
Yeah, I
I
was
didn't
with you
think
on
that
that.
was the best movie. At least it didn't leave me. It wasn't my favorite of the Best Picture nominees.
yeah, right.
It was good, though.
Yeah, I liked
mean,
it. It was a great movie.
The guy's got talent
Mhm.
with cinematography, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Max says SpongeBob.
Why not? Why not, Max?
So, Wes, why don't you list off, like, because I know you had it in your head, the best nominees and stuff for what's going on in the categories.
Oh God. Well, at least Best Picture, I know there's Parasite, 1917, Joker, Little Women, The Irishman, Ford versus Ferrari, 3 more. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yes.
but no, I don't want that one to win.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
I lost track already.
That's all right. I think 1917 is probably the favorite, is it? Or
Yeah,
Joker?
it is the 1917's favorite to win. What are the odds right now? I think
So I
it's
just
like,
put out a-
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just put out a review for that one this week actually, and that was just, I think at the very least, best cinematography. Like, absolutely. But it's such a good film. It's such a good film. So yeah, I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
watched your review of it, and it made me want to see it really bad. I have not had time to go to the movies in like 3 weeks, man. I feel like I'm getting my blood sucked out of me.
My movie watching is happening like at really random hours at the moment. It's like, 10 o'clock morning matinees. Oh, morning matinees. It's not a matinee because it's not in the middle of the day, stupid. 10 o'clock in the morning, with all the pensioners. So it's like I'm the youngest dude in the cinema at 43 years old. And then like anything that's a streaming thing is happening between the hours of like 1 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely burning the candle at both ends at the moment. So.
Just want to shout out Creepy Clown Girls in the house. What's up, Creepy Clown Girl? Welcome to the Movie Talk. 1 hour of madness. I'm going to list off the ones you missed. So for Best Picture, we've got Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman,
Yep.
Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and rounding it all off with Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
1917 is negative 275. So you bet $275 to win $100.
What?
Oh, that's terrible.
Who the hell's going to take that bet?
It's the
There's
favorite.
no gambling happening there. Yeah. And I'm not surprised. It's really quite an achievement as far as cinematography and storytelling goes, I think. But I think it's interesting that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman are in there. I like both of those movies. I didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I did like The Irishman, but I don't. Is it just in there because it's Scorsese? Is that why it's in there?
Dude, I I've had this conversation before on this show or one of these shows, but I couldn't get into The Irishman, man. I just couldn't do it, man. To me, it was a failure, a complete failure of a movie.
Yeah, right. Well,
Like, even though it had like the best people in it with the good story and everything, it just visually was fucked up. Like, I couldn't get around it, man. Like,
It was tough for
it was
me
so
at
hard
first.
for me to I was bouncing all over with age with De Niro. Like, is he old? Is he young? Like, we're 30 years in the past. He looks like he's 80 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it was hard, man.
My favorite is like the first time you see Joe Pesci and he calls Robert De Niro a kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
he looks like he's 90. Like, he's hunched over, his neck, all the cartilage in his spine is already gone. Like, you can't make that up in digital. Like,
So is the effects were what, 3? Do you think, or was it just the way it sort of jumped around a bit?
No. It was straight up the way it was shot, the effects. That whole thing messed me up. It didn't feel like a Scorsese film to me at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely more along the lines of his previous film Silence, if you've seen that. It's a
No.
lot more contemplative, like Silence, than like the fast-paced Scorsese.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Look, I think it did feel like a Scorsese film to me. Not a film though. It felt like a mini series, right? Like I think it had all the elements of a Scorsese piece. Like, and he's done like some fairly diverse stuff. I know he's notorious for like gangster stuff, but he's done other stuff. But it's like it just doesn't feel like a movie because it is so long, and I think there were some really distinct points where they could have broken it up into at least 3 parts and made it a really great miniseries. But you do that, then you don't get nominated for Best Picture, do you?
No, and that's really what Netflix was shooting for with fully financing this film.
Yeah, plus they rented out the theaters for a good long time with The Irishman.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Time, right?
They were like, get out there, Marty. We paid good money now. I think
2 quick shout outs. We got art by Sabrina. Sabrina's in the house. Finally. Hey, that 3 hours makes a huge difference across the pond, man. Artzilla, welcome, Artzilla. What's up, Aisha? How you doing? Hope you're feeling good. I know you're full of freaking noodles. Everything's good over here. In about 15 minutes, we're going to open the lines up. You guys can hop on if you want to.
awesome. So good to see so many people in the chat too, man. That's great.
Yeah, man. Earlier in the day, people are like, hey, awesome. And it's Tuesday, not Friday. People are not getting all plastered on in the bar and shit.
Yeah, well, we're on the coffee over this side of the world at the moment, so you know.
So how many of the Best Picture nominees have you guys seen?
So how many did the real question is, how many did I want to see?
That's a completely different question. Every year there's like 4 that I'm kind of dreading watching, but I do it anyway. This year, the big one for me is, I know it's probably going to be a fine movie. It's just not my cup of tea, but Little Women, I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, no
Little Women, and plus it's a remake of a remake.
Yeah.
So that's always weird. Like third time's a charm or whatever. I don't know. I would say I heard a lot of good things about Ford versus Ferrari,
It's really
but I have
good.
not seen it.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit, same thing, and Parasite. 1917, that's the other one too.
Yeah. So I've seen 1917. I've seen Parasite. I've seen The Irishman. I haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari, but it's queued up to watch in the next. The thing with me is I don't really follow the Oscars all that closely, except more out of a morbid curiosity. Like, if it's a nominee, it's great. You know, that's cool. It's kind of an incidental for me. I do want to see Jojo Rabbit. The problem with that is that, you know, it's January here. Jojo Rabbit's just in the cinemas here. If you want to go and see it, it's on at really obscure times. Or it was January. It's February now. And so it's on at really obscure times. And the multiplexes over here were filled up with like Bad Boys for Life. Like that was like running every hour on the hour on every screen. It was nuts. And it's like this whole distribution kind of thing, you know, holding a gun to a cinema's head saying, you will run this movie, otherwise we won't give you the next Marvel film or the next Star Wars or something like that. And I find that really frustrating. So you've really got to plan your attack carefully if you want to go and see that stuff. So for me, like a lot of those Oscar nominees are things that I will watch when they come out on either a streaming service or they're available, you know, digitally to watch, you know, at home.
Hey, Aisha, have a good one, and can't wait for that video. Definitely going to be playing it on Friday. Wish you could stay, but I get it. Art comes first, always.
Yeah, I completely missed going to see Jojo Rabbit during its like initial theatrical run here. But I'm going to go try to see it while it's kind of in theaters this week for like the best picture run. But if I don't make it out, I'm going to try to find it on, because I think it came out on digital today.
Yeah, right. So it came out on digital in the States already.
I think so. Where are they playing like the best picture runs in theaters? They ain't doing that here.
Like Regal, AMC. Also, we have a theater called Movie Tavern.
That's pimp.
They're all doing
Movie
it.
Tavern.
And yeah, it's like you can.
That sounds great.
Yeah, you can.
Hell yeah, the Movie Tavern.
They'll have like a server walking around. They'll take like your food order and drink order, and they'll bring your food and drinks to you the entire time. You can just like press a little button if you want like a refill on your drink.
We have that here. We call it something different. I forget.
I really
That's
don't
cool.
like it.
No, the seats are really far apart. It's kind of strange.
It's too distracting.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact
People
that
are walking around constantly.
You got to try and eat some kind of bullshit dish in the dark. Like it's really hard to do. It's like I'm trying to watch a movie and eat some kind of, I don't know, beef Wellington in the dark. Like what's going on?
I always get up with a pile of popcorn on my lap. So if that's the case with popcorn, you can damn well better believe there's gonna be a chicken wing in my lap.
Yeah. I've definitely done chicken wings at the Movie Tavern before.
That sounds like a rookie mistake. Chicken wings at a movie.
Chicken wings in the dark.
You just come out looking like the Joker, you know?
Speaking of the Joker, so we've got Best Actor in a Leading Role for Antonio Banderas, not yet. Leonardo DiCaprio again. Adam Driver, everything Adam Driver, as JJ would say. Jonathan Pryce and Joaquin Phoenix, but we all know who's getting this.
Yeah,
award.
that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Easily.
To put it into perspective,
definitely Leo DiCaprio.
To put it into perspective, you have to bet $2,500 to win 100. If you bet
oh
on
my
one.
god!
Yeah, that's how big of a favorite he is.
That just makes me not want him to get it.
Right?
Yeah, right. Leo got nominated. Art Price Spring is asking, what did Leo get nominated for? He got nominated for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The new Tarantino film.
So you didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh, I did. I thought it was cool.
I thought it was pretty self-indulgent. I liked the performances in that movie. I thought it was pretty messy. I thought it was meandering, and I think that it kind of delineates what acts what. I think the whole first act was a bit garbage, and then by the time we got to the final one, it's like, oh, hang on, we're introducing a narrator now. Okay, sure, rightio, we'll go with that. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was just Tarantino making a movie for himself, really.
Doesn't he always, though, make a movie for himself? I mean, like, that's his thing. Like, he rips off a shit ton of genres.
Look, I'm not a foot
cool
guy.
Shit.
I'm not a foot guy either, so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm like really conflicted about that movie. I loved pieces of it, but
right?
I don't think the pieces made like a cohesive narrative. I don't think that they fit together at all.
I 100% agree
Well, there's no
with that.
Django.
Yeah.
Definitely no Django.
No.
I hope to God that he someday gets his hands on Star Trek. I'm down with that. You know what? It seemed
Curious. I don't know
far-fetched-
if I like it or not, but I'm curious.
It seemed far-fetched in the beginning, but the last 2 series they've done with Star Trek, they've been cursing like crazy, like dropping F-bombs left and right, dude.
I've
Like,
seen some
so it's
criticisms
rated
regarding
R.
that.
What's
I've
that?
seen some criticisms regarding
criticisms.
that.
I really like it, but I understand, you know, Star Trek's like this wholesome future where nobody does anything wrong.
I saw people bitching on like Facebook and Twitter about like not being able to show their kids like what they grew up on because of all the cursing.
Even in Picard, man, there's a scene where this one admiral's talking to Picard, and she's like, "You fucked up, Picard."
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's been pretty decent too, Picard. But I get it. Like, you know, it's supposed to be a more evolved version of humanity, and maybe they've kind of moved beyond cursing. You know, I don't know.
Who the hell? You know what? Evolution involves more cursing, not
Yeah,
less.
look, I'm not
de-evolving.
I'm not saying that that's my idea of a perfect future. I'm just like saying that's Roddenberry's vision, you know? Like, yeah, fuck
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Roddenberry.
Yeah, people didn't. Hey, Tenchi, what's up? Welcome to the Patty Pal. It's movie talk night.
Patty.
For another half hour. 5 minutes, now open up those lines.
What about snubs? I know that we've talked about nominees, but snubs, like I watched Uncut Gems the other day, and I thought that movie was outstanding.
I
thought
think
that
it
was
should have
really
been
good.
nominated for Best Picture, and I also think Adam Sandler by far got snubbed for Best Actor.
Massively.
Why do you think that is?
I think
comedians, in my opinion, make the best dramatic actors if they do it right, because they have a full range already. And every time that happens, they have to work the hardest to get recognized by the Academy.
I think that's
why the
exactly
Academy
it,
sucks.
because like I think that people just don't take him seriously enough.
Yeah.
But from
And
what I
they
hear,
don't
that
kind
movie's
of-
intense.
It is. Yeah, he's really good in that movie. And honestly, like I haven't seen Pain and Glory, so I can't speak for that. And I haven't seen The Two Popes. But out of like Joaquin Phoenix, Adam Driver, Leonardo DiCaprio, and then Adam Sandler, who I think should have been nominated, I would have picked Adam Sandler to win.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, and then the other one is, of course, The Lighthouse as well, because everyone was going on
didn't see
about
that
Willem.
one.
Well, I did, and I did not like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was Aquaman. Wasn't that Aquaman?
What? I think you see how Aquaman might have been made in the movie. But
Aquaman wasn't Jason Momoa wasn't in the lake.
no. But it was Willem Dafoe drunk playing Talk Like a Pirate for an
But
hour.
Willem Dafoe was in the movie I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was in Aquaman as well. Yeah. But everyone was talking about how great he was in The Lighthouse, and I got in a couple of arguments with some people on forums who are obviously far more sophisticated film critics than I. They probably wear berets and smoke rolled cigarettes and, you know, discuss film theory up their ass all day. And they slammed me because I said I thought it was a circle jerk. And
Wow.
quite literally, and but Defoe delivers some great monologues in that film, and there's definitely I think a case for him being at least nominated for Best Actor as a result of it. But I was sort of happy it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't just the fans and the audience that snubbed that movie. Like, I think it was marketing and theaters. I heard weren't playing it very well. Like there wasn't getting played in a lot of places. Very sporadic.
Yeah, if it was out, here is out very shortly.
Yeah, well,
I didn't see it.
It's on
the
digital
theater.
over there. I managed to sort of get over to to watch it on a US iTunes account and check it out there, and I was not impressed.
Not impressed. Hey, Pixelpia, what's up? Welcome to the new stream Tuesday nights at 5 o'clock.
Hey, Pia.
Movie Madness Talk Tuesday. We're talking everything Oscars right now. We all know that Adam Driver is going to take it home for Best Actor for Rise of Skywalker.
You know what? I think he should for Marriage Story. I think that
He was
I haven't
really
look, I
good
haven't-
in it.
I haven't seen the whole film, but
He's
I've
really
watched
good in
some of
all
those
things.
those clips that they've been putting up online, and he is just amazing in that. Like he just
Mhm.
looks fantastic. You know, it's not a movie I'm going to go out of my way to watch in whole because I think it's just going to bum me out too much. But
It's actually surprisingly optimistic.
yeah, right.
Outside of like the argument scenes, it's pretty like upbeat overall.
Mm-hmm. And look, I've only
There
seen
should
the
be-
argument scene, so I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, it's bringing back repressed memories. Like, mum and dad aren't fighting; they're just talking. Yeah, fucking right.
I think one got stabbed. They're too quiet. All right, DJ Talks is coming in.
Hey, DJ.
I guess I'm opening up the lines. You really have 2 more minutes, but all right, I'll allow it.
Gee whiz. You're far too liberal, William Davis Moore.
DJ wouldn't listen.
What's up, balls?
Hey.
Hey, DJ.
So, in my opinion, they should, for like movies that are probably going to get Oscar noms, instead of like opening up the theaters again with them, they should release them digitally so that I can watch it at home.
I mean,
Straight
some
up.
of them are out, but like
Yeah, I know,
1917.
but I mean all of them.
I guess really 1917 and Little Women are like the only two. Or I guess Ford versus Ferrari isn't out yet either.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I think, but you have to buy the video. I can't watch
Oh
it.
really?
Yeah. At least the last time I checked.
The way of the future.
Yeah, but they do it all the time on Vudu with certain titles. They do like in theaters at the same time,
Mhm.
and you know, give me the damn option. Like, there's no way I want to go to the movies to see like almost everything on that list. Like literally, I don't want to go to except Joker. Like everything else, I do not want to spend that money on.
Dude,
Like,
do you
I'd
have
rather
a
spend
Regal or an
$6.
AMC or anything near you?
That's why you're doing it, dude, because you got that subscription.
Yeah,
Right?
Regal Unlimited, $21 a month. You can see unlimited movies.
Oh, that is
Yeah, you know, I need to
cool.
look into
Yeah,
it. I need to do that,
And
man. I really
a
do,
movie
because-
ticket here is $15. So if you
Yeah.
see
Yeah, and
2 movies a month, you make out.
But here's the issue, man. So first of all, almost all these movies are like extremely long. They're freaking. You want to eat something, you want to drink something, that's like another $20.
Mhm.
If you have to piss, you're gonna miss something. Like these are all things that I don't give a shit about unless it's a blockbuster. Like I'll watch it at home if I want to pause it. Let me pause it. Let me own it my own way. I got my own room.
If
I
there's
got my own
one
system.
movie you need to see in the theaters off of this list, it's 1917.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
100%.
Because that movie is. Yeah, I agree. You want the sound system.
Yeah.
You want the big screen. You want the visual.
And it is fully immersive with the like the one long continuous take.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yeah, I'm not missing that before it leaves theaters. No freaking way. Speaking of missing things, I'm going to go to actresses
Yeah.
in a leading role. Cynthia, I'm going to butcher this freaking last name. Erivo?
Cynthia
never heard of
Erivo,
her.
yeah.
I've not heard of her.
I've seen her before.
Charlize Theron, obviously, is playing Megan Kelly. What the hell? That is the great. She looks just like her, too. It's insane.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson from Marriage Story. The Irish lass, Sayor.
Saoirse.
Is it Saoirse?
Yeah, it's Saoirse.
Ronan. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah, she's really
She's
good.
been acting since she was a little kid. And I've always liked her movies. And Renee Zellweger for Judy, which I saw like a little bit of it the other day, and my God, is she good in that movie, man?
I haven't seen
I
it,
think
but I
she
know
just might
she's
take
like
it.
the hands-on favorite to win.
Yeah, right.
In my opinion, she plays that role so damn good, man, that I don't see how she would lose this competition. Like she's gonna own that. How the hell is Tom Hanks a supporting role in a
So
Mr.
I haven't
Rogers
seen
when
the
he's Mr.
movie,
Rogers?
but apparently he's not the main character in the movie. It's about
Correct.
What?
It's about a journalist who befriends Mr. Rogers, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see it, DJ?
I haven't seen the actual film, but I have heard the plot behind it, and also it seems interesting, but it's not something that I would want.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
I
Hey, and everybody that's still in the chat, you're available to call in now. It's the last half hour. It's open line for the last half hour. That's the way I want to structure the show.
the lines
We
are
get the
now
movie nerds
open.
to shoot.
We are ready to take your call.
Indeed. I wanna shoot the shit with the movie nerds in the beginning, and then after that we'll just free for all for the last half hour.
Be caller
See how that
number
goes?
be caller number 5, and you can win one of DJ's balls.
And caller number 6 gets a shiny one. It's nice and moist.
I'm caller number 5. I'll take the red one, please.
The Zoom meeting ID is the same as always, guys. It's 379-096-1722. And the password is, you don't know, you have to tweet me and DM me through Twitter. That way I can see your account, and if you're going to troll me, I will bombard you with all living hell from digital everywhere.
Do any of you guys actually watch the Oscar ceremony at all?
It's like no. It's only because it's happening at like I think 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning over here. So you know they do a rerun of it at nighttime. But by the time they run it, it's hit the news everywhere, and you know everything that's happened anyway. So
Right.
I think there's a bit of a different, like over here. That's why I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think because it just kind of all happens, you know, when we're doing other stuff. Whereas like I think everything kind of stops for you guys. You know, it's during prime time and all that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, for you it's like what? Almost around noon.
Yeah.
It's like a strange time. I bounce back and forth and check it out. Like I'll hit it a couple times while it's on for the night.
Yeah.
But I won't watch the whole thing through the whole. It just I'll die. The performances kill me, man.
So I'm
I liked
the musical performances. The musical performances.
No, like there's too many damn performances. Like, DJ.
In the world is that?
DJ. First of all, you got no shirt on. I hear vibrating noises.
DJ is manscaping. He's manscaping, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing, dude? My God, man!
Like
Turn that shit off for the show. This is a kid's show. God damn it!
Are you sure it's not Darth Vader's vibrator down there?
What the hell is
I
that?
have no idea. That is very obnoxious.
Hey,
though.
Wannabeard the pirate.
Yeah,
in the house.
not
Maybe it's
much
Wannabeard.
to do about it.
What is it?
Will we
The bullet.
do in my bathroom at the hallway?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, can't do.
It was strange, you know. We heard the vibration, then it went straight to your chest hair, and then back up to you.
Whatever.
Yeah, you got to watch out, man. That's going to get you a best cinematography nomination next year.
Or an AVN award, one of the two.
What's an AVN award, William?
It's it's an adult video nomination.
And the winner is Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Shaving DJ's balls.
Like I said at the beginning, I am betting on the Oscars this year, so it makes everything a lot more fun to watch.
Oh, you literally put money into it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right?
I know you went diehard into it, too. I watched your video on it. So
I think, Wes,
that
I
was
think
like
that's the
30
best way to
minutes
do
long.
it, man, because that's how I always do that on sporting events that I'm not particularly interested in. If I'm stuck with them, I'm like, all right, I'm going to throw a couple of dollars down on this and actually put an actual, you know, give me some meaning to it. But I think so. What are you betting on? You've got 1917 for Best Picture, is that right? Or are you...
No, I'm betting on Parasite to win Best Picture.
Parasite, that's right. Yeah. Well, so what about Best Actor?
I'm not betting.
Joaquin.
I'm not betting on those because like the odds are just way too ridiculous. It's
Right.
to $2,500 to win $100, and if some upset happens, you're fucked.
I would go with The Irishman.
So actually, I am betting on The Irishman to win visual effects because I really like the odds that it has in that category.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So if I can
Well,
find
that
it
makes
here.
no sense because that movie's literally been getting shot down for its visual effects.
But you got to think about like the bigger picture of who's voting for these awards. It's not like people that are like us that are sitting here talking about it. The people that are voting for it are people within the industry and primarily like visual effects artists. And so, if you look at all these nominations or nominees, a lot of these movies, like I don't even really consider Lion King. It's like more of a fucking animated film. Like, what is that shit? But
yeah, it's an animated film. It's not
Avengers, Star Wars, 1917. We've seen those visual effects before. Whereas, like The Irishman with that de-aging and the entire movie like done that way, I think that's really going to resonate with like the voters. And the odds for that are you bet 100 to win 500.
Look, man. I like your rationale for that. I think that's
The
really
rationale is sound.
Yeah. I think that's
However,
interesting. So what? So the other ones that are in that category: Star Wars, Avengers. What else do you got there?
1917 and Lion King.
Yeah.
Like I really
Lion
don't agree that the Lion King is there. It's a fucking animated film.
Right.
Yeah, that should not be there.
but
I have to say, the 30 seconds with Captain America on the bench and his aging is 1 billion times better than the entire Irishman times 2.
Did you watch the whole movie?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Just that 30
It does
seconds.
get better.
I did watch the whole movie. I couldn't stand it.
I thought it got
And the
better.
eyes too, man. The freaking.
I don't know
contact
what they
killing.
did. I don't know why they did that with his eyes. They were. It was pretty jarring.
Dude,
Nice.
that did not help.
At one
None of
point,
this helped.
he looks directly in the camera.
Oh yeah. There's lots of very, very weird points to that movie, man. Like I said, the cartilage missing in his neck is one of the major ones. No amount of young is gonna fix that hunch. Hey, it's because I lift up all these cows, man. I'm slinging cows like it ain't no thing. Hey.
I think it kind of throws you off too when you see, like, if you watch, and I still watch Taxi Driver to this day. I'll put it on every
So
now
good.
and then. So when you see how young De Niro looks in Taxi Driver compared to how young De Niro is supposed to look in The Irishman, that's kind of jarring. Like there's almost this mental hurdle that you have to get over with the de-aging in that film, and I think that's, for me, that was a big problem. Like, I had to be like, come on, man! Like, this is a movie. Like, this is, it's the character, not De Niro. And because he's so well known, and we've seen him come up through the ages, and we know how he looked when he was younger. I think that's something that I kind of struggled with, which may sound a bit stupid, really, but
It probably would have been better if they did more of a deep fake thing and they took an actor that had the bone structure of young De Niro, Taxi Driver style, and then placed his face on that actor, like they did in Captain America: The First Avenger, where they took the smaller man and put Evan's face on him. That looked really good. And if they'd have done that, I think people would have believed it a lot more and got rid of those damn eyes.
Okay, do that in there.
Then De Niro can still do his acting, although it would have been just facial acting, but he could have still done it. His emoting.
That's a whole can of worms, though, that deep fake shit. That scares me, man. Like, it's like...
I know.
It looks good.
I don't know how
is that going to be your new
but...
trade? It's like, I'm not an actor. I'm like, it's like a hand model. It's like, oh, I'm just a facial actor. I just do facial scenes. Now we're going back into AVN territory. Oh my God.
Yeah, but but that's the way of things now. I mean, now you have the capability to do any age at any time with the actor, for one. Then every actor, you're going to have to learn how to do, SFX stuff where you have dots all over your face and you're in a black room or a green screen. But it's part of the cake. It's part of the, it's like doing ADR voiceovers and stuff like that, man. I mean, it's the same shit. It's just now you're doing it visually.
Just
you go into the studio later and you'll redo your lines and then overdub them over your voice without it really having happened on the set,
Sure.
So,
I just wonder
what's
what
the
the limit is. Like, you spend a lot of time honing your craft. People, like actors, like, I mean, basically, if you look at like Marvel movies, they have to train like their asses off to reach some kind of physical condition in order to play these characters. And realistically, they're probably less actors and more people that just are really fit, but there's a certain sort of thing that you have to achieve to meet a certain role. And if you start deep faking stuff like to the nth degree, then where does the craft start and finish? Or does it completely change, and is it just a new area? Or maybe I just sound like a weird old man. I don't know.
So think about it. When I first started doing computer animation in the 90s, I kept telling people that there's going to come a day where you won't be able to tell what's real and what's not anymore, just in the set, in the scenery, in the background. That day is come and gone.
That noise.
The same thing is going to happen with acting and voice work and everything. You're going to have to ride the wave of, what the hell is
Yeah,
that?
that is like killing my ears here.
Okay, we fit the goal so
What's happening, DJ? Are you dying on me?
no, just a lot of consumption. It happens.
Oh, someone's using a drill.
Yeah, it happens when you actually own a home.
Yeah, peasant.
Sub-Zero said that noise is DJ's nipples rubbing up against the mic.
What's up, Sub-Zero? Hey, Maleficarum. I butchered the shit out of that. I'm just going to call you occultism in film. Welcome to Miscast Entertainment. Oh, that's Evil Vitch. What's up? And now instead of DJ's balls, we have DJ's nipples.
Whoa.
That sound like dried latex.
Oh, God. The other categories I'm thinking about betting on is best editing.
Yeah.
I'm torn between Parasite and Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, right. So 1917, did that get a run in best editing? No?
Well, I thought they didn't edit the damn movie. Isn't that the point?
Well, I know there's only about 8 edits in the film, but they're done really, really well.
Yeah, there's actually a ton of edits in that movie. I was watching a behind-the-scenes featurette where Roger Deakins and Sam Mendes were kind of like walking through a scene, and there are some edits in some crazy-ass places.
Right? Yeah. And it's an Australian guy who did it. I can't remember his name, but he's done all the Nolan films as well. So I just can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he's an Aussie guy, and he's done a bunch of stuff with all the Nolan films and stuff. And I think the way, because of what they achieved with that movie to make it look like one shot, like some of that credit has to go to the editor. I mean, Roger Deakins.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
seamless edits, man, for sure.
Yeah, I think it should have been nominated. It's crazy that I didn't really find Joker like particularly well edited, but it's nominated. I would have definitely put 1917 in over that movie.
I don't know how kind time is going to be to Joker. Like, I think for right now, everyone's kind of like, yeah, it was amazing, Joaquin, fantastic performance and stuff. And for me, it's just, it's if it's only a one-shot deal, that film, it needs the symbiotic character of Batman to be involved in it to have any meaning for me. I thought it was good. I spent like the first hour just going, okay, I understand that this guy's life is pretty shitty, and I wanted it to get to where it was going a lot quicker, because they just kept, grinding him into the dirt. And it's like, okay, we know he's going to snap. Like, we just want to know when. I thought the cinematography was amazing. I thought the color palette for that film was sublime. And I don't normally look for that stuff because I'm a bit of a bogan, and I don't normally look at that stuff. But when it was pointed out to me, it kind of opened up a whole door. And I was like, wow, that's actually quite incredible. But I just don't know how kind history will be to that film,
I don't know. You know, I agree with you at the end. It would have been a lot better if Batman would have popped in for a second. Just a millisecond. Just to put his foot in the door. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the end of that. I like the fact that it tripped me up, you know, that you couldn't tell if that was really happening or if he was just dreaming or if that all happened and he was like just killing people because he wanted. I don't know. It was really weird, the ending.
So I don't care that Batman didn't particularly pop into that film, but if that film is a one-off and they're not going to do anything else with it except be like, it's an origin story, bye, see you later. It's for me, growing up with Batman as like since I was like a baby, you know, it's always been Batman and the Joker, symbiotic characters. One doesn't exist without the other. They complement each other. So if we've got part one and that's what you've committed to, awesome. But can we have part two? Can we have the meeting of the two adversaries and watch them go at it? Because that's what everyone wants to see, don't they?
Yeah, and do you think that after passing $1 billion that WB is just going to let that slide? I mean, the only way that they would not make a sequel to that is if Joaquin won't do it, which he very well might not, because that's the kind of guy he is.
He is, and you got to give that to him. You got to compliment him on that. Like, you know, he doesn't. He's had his fun. He's made his money. He can quite easily move on to the next thing and not think about that again. So who knows?
And you know, his contract was only for one film because they didn't think it was going to make $1 billion. Man, come on.
Yeah,
well, that and they didn't really plan on it. It was always planned as just a one-off thing. But now with it making $1 billion, now like the studio executives are putting pressure on the creatives that came up with the whole idea in the first place.
Yep. I mean, money talks, man, especially in Hollywood. People don't want to see it, but that's the way the shit goes. That's why us little guys are making the cool shit and like ride the fringes, and everybody else is just riding the mainstream.
That's why they remake the shit out of everything. That's why they put out, oh my God, I'm going to mention it. That's why they put out Star Wars movies without even conceiving a narrative or a continuous story from start to finish.
I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
We almost made it.
It's just an example. We don't need to talk about it anymore. But what I'm saying is like, you know, it's why we keep going over old ground. It's why we keep remaking stuff. Like, and yet when you look at like things that get nominated for Best Picture, there's no freaking remakes in there, man. Like, you know, they're all original films. I mean,
except
Joker.
Little Women.
Oh, well, Little Women.
Yeah, Little Women's literally a try-make.
Yeah. Last year they had A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
Which I actually surprisingly liked that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man.
It really took me by surprise because I didn't expect to like it.
I dug it big time.
I'm sick of like that sort of stuff, you know. Parasite was so great because it's going to open so many people up to Korean cinema, and Korean cinema is fucking awesome. Like it's really, really good. You know, you've just got to transcend that whole like. You've got to kind of expand your mind and be like, I don't want to go and read a movie. And I don't like reading movies, but if it's a good movie and it's, you know, it can pull you in, then it's great.
There are so many captivating foreign movies.
Yeah. And they're original and they're different. And, you know, I mean, instead of going, oh, well, we'll just remake an English version of that, like try and check it out in its original form, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
It's always better.
I love European movies myself. Like, I'm a big fan of like British movies. I know the taste is like not a lot of Americans dig the British humor and stuff, but I freaking love that shit. Period pieces, all that crap. Like, hook me up. Real quick, Pixelpia is saying, guys, let me remind you about the stream on Thursday, her stream. It will be a birthday bash with some surprise gifts. I'm terrified.
Is it Pia's birthday or your birthday?
It ain't my birthday. It must be Pia's birthday. She's turning 39. That's no joke.
Do you mean 29 for Pia?
Okay, 29. Fine. I don't think anybody will believe that, but 39, yeah.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
So, what about looking forward? Like, I'm trying to get inspired as to what the next thing I actually bother to get out of the house and go and see is. What are you guys looking forward to coming out?
2 big movies that are coming out this year that I really, or 3 actually. So I have the first one, the James Bond movie.
Yes.
That trailer, I don't know why, it just fucking amps me up. And I didn't even like the last James Bond movie that much.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I really
this
like
one looks
Skyfall. It's like, I liked Casino Royale, didn't really like Quantum of Solace that much.
Solace.
Love Skyfall, didn't really like Spectre that much. Just like every other one is just kind of like a misfire to me. But this one,
I'm actually on the same boat with you. Like I the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Same thing. Casino Royale to me is the best Bond movie ever made.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Except the poker
I can watch
scenes
that
are
nonstop.
pretty ridiculous, but
But they have to be. I mean, yeah, you're gonna do parkour like all the way up a skyscraper and then down it and then through the like, nah. But hey, it's
the
good TV.
poker scenes.
No, poker, man.
The what?
Poker. The cards.
Oh yeah, man, those are the best in that whole movie.
I can't like
without a
being
doubt.
an actual like poker player. They're just so laughably bad.
Oh yeah, you do the poker thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I used to. I don't really that much anymore. But
So you don't like wipe bloody tears away from your eye and hit people in the nuts with ropes when they lose.
I mean that's what I do Friday night after the streams.
I have a hole in my chair and I flog my sack.
The other movie I'm really excited for is Tenet. Christopher Nolan's new movie.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the third, which was the one I was kind of struggling to gather my thoughts on because I have no real knowledge of the source material at all, but I love the director and I'll watch anything he does, is Dune.
You goddamn right. I was like, no one's gonna say Dune.
Yeah.
But The Elephant in the Room and the best movie coming out this whole freaking year by far, no comparison. Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah, I forgot that comes out. When does that come out?
Come on. Hell yeah, July I think. July 2020. Face the music.
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know. Is it still? I don't know.
August
man.
21st.
Like, of
Is it
course.
August 21st?
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm gonna
All
watch
right,
it,
damn.
but I don't know, man. I just feel like that ship has sailed a long time ago. I want to leave that in my
That
past.
ship
where I
is
loved
in
it.
my soul.
Yeah, well,
It's
that's
in there, dude.
Mine too, but I don't know if I can. I think Tenet is probably the big one for me as well. I have to say though, I've found it really hard to kind of sift through and go, oh, what do I really want to go out of my way to see at the moment? I've been all in on TV series. You know, like Picard is fantastic. I've been loving watching.
I was
Picard.
gonna bring that up, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that a lot of the TV stuff that's coming out now is more exciting than the films.
right. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
long form to me is killing short form.
It just feels so much more rewarding whenever you sit through
Yes.
like 8 episodes.
Yes.
yeah.
The Mandalorian killed Rise of Skywalker, man.
Have you guys been
Yeah, I
watching
loved
The Outsider on HBO by any chance?
Yes.
No,
That's-
but I want
It's
to.
not on HBO. It's on Stars, I think.
Right.
The Outsider is on HBO. Jason Bateman and Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh no, I'm thinking of a
Different
I'm thinking of
show.
a different
Yeah, this one
show.
has Jason Bateman and Ben Mendelsohn, and it's about it's a adaptation of a Stephen King novel, and it's about basically a kid gets murdered, and there's overwhelming evidence that Jason Bateman did it, but then there's overwhelming evidence that Jason Bateman did not do it.
Mm, mm.
And
Already then, so it's like Clue with Jason Bateman.
it's crazy. I've really been digging it so far.
Yeah, look, I'm looking for something. I'll probably put that in the pile. I think, you know, I mean, the best thing about like Picard is it's a weekly thing, so it's an event.
Mhm.
It's kind of bringing that event back. But how's the Outsider being released? Is it in a chunk,
Weekly.
like full season? It's a weekly thing as well.
Yep.
So I think that's interesting that they're going back to that kind of format on a streaming service, and I kind of like that because I think it takes a bit of commitment. It takes a bit of commitment from you. It gives you something to look forward to every week. And it is a lot more rewarding when you get to the end of it, like, and you stick with it, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's
Hey,
really cool.
Dezombified, what's up? You came right at the end. But welcome. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing up. We got like 3 minutes left. This show is only an hour long. I know we could probably go for 4.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
my
literally
kid.
have to do.
I don't think my kid will be too happy with that. He's sitting in there watching Jake and the Neverland Pirates or something. I hope he's watching that. God knows what he's watching. Hope he's not watching the AVNs.
He's watching the AVNs.
He's like, Dad, everybody keeps spitting a lot.
Don't. That's terrible. That is awful. I don't even want to go there. No.
Yeah, long form though, man. That's my bag, dude. Like Lock and Key's coming out on Netflix. That looks freaking amazing. I just finished Sabrina. I love that freaking show. Mandalorian's great.
I'm not really
we got
too familiar
all
with
the
any
Marvel
series
stuff.
coming out.
What's
I'm
that?
not really too familiar with any series coming out.
Lock and Key is like I'd never heard of it, but I watched the trailer and looked into it a little bit.
Mhm.
It looks really good.
Cool.
Like super fantastical and deep.
Yeah, there's always those ones that you dive into on Netflix and you go like episode 1, episode 2, and then you never go back to them. But
Yeah, you're hooked. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That happens like at least I'd say 3 out of 5 of these Netflix series I fail like watching.
What was
yeah, and that
one?
really that pisses me off because we don't have time for that. We have no time for
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the time I could have went and watched the damn Lighthouse.
Yeah. Or 1917 in the theater.
Yar, don't be watching The Lighthouse, mate. Wannabe should do a review of The Lighthouse. That'd be perfect for you.
That would be awesome.
Wannabe.
I'm still gonna watch The Lighthouse just to see what it's all about.
Oh, I'll
Do
be
it.
watching them all as soon as they come out on freaking streaming.
The Lighthouse is available on streaming, I believe.
Yeah, it is. That's how I got a hold of it. But I'm really interested in what other people think of it. I didn't like it, but I'm really interested to have a sensible conversation with someone instead of somebody going, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot if you don't like this movie." It's like, man, go back to film school. Go and smoke your rolled cigarettes and sit there in abject poverty with your beret on, wear your flannel shirt at the cafe, drinking shitty coffee
People
with your
still do
small
that
change.
shit.
I don't know. I think they do, but it's metaphorical now. They just do it on Facebook,
Go get a new scrunchie for your man bun.
Oh, fuck. Man, don't get me started on man buns, man. It looks like garbage night. They all look like garbage bags with the shit tied at the top, and that's pretty much what's in their heads as well. So,
Tensi's saying Parasite is real good. You guys should check it out.
yeah.
There's
highly,
a
highly,
comment.
highly recommend it.
I got a review coming out for Parasite, hopefully on Thursday this week. So, which will be Wednesday your time. So, because it's Wednesday here now, so it's so confusing. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have something out for that. And I did a real deep dive on that one as well. I've been getting into researching a lot when I see a movie that I really like. So I got into history of Korean cinema and stuff.
Nice.
With 1917, I went and broke down. I wanted to find out as much about what was happening at the Battle of Passchendaele and in World War I at that time, and the whole retreat to the Hindenburg Line and what that was all about as well. So, and there was so much stuff that I kind of leave out of the reviews now, but I'm learning things, and that's why when I was asking you guys, what are you looking forward to? I'm trying to do some guerrilla research because I've just had no time to see what else is coming up. I'm just sitting there, burying myself in the ones that I'm watching. So yeah.
Speaking of the end, we'll do shout outs to what you're doing next, and then we'll close it out. What'd you guys think of the show, though? I'm sure we could do a little bit better next time, but I thought it was pretty fun.
I had fun.
Shooting the shit on movies straight.
I had a great time. I had a good time. It was a weird time for me because I just had my breakfast, but it was a good time.
What you got coming up there, Wes?
So much shit. I can officially say we finally completely wrapped up our one short, Kill or Be Killed. It's finished. It's been submitted to film festivals. We're gonna have some film festival screenings, and then the target release for online is going to be late May.
Nice.
Yeah. So
we don't get to see it till late May. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is correct. But
damn it.
I mean, the best
I
way
got
to
so many
experience
friends
it is to fly to PA and watch it in the movie theater, Will.
Yeah. Freeze my balls off and.
Yep. It's actually 64 degrees out today.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, I was jogging this morning. It was 55.
So it's actually hotter up here than it is in
It's
Florida.
warmer up there.
What is that in
That is
Celsius?
crazy.
What is that in Celsius?
Half? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what's 30 is like 80 something. So, yeah, like 20,
I don't know.
15.
We had 42 degrees Celsius here the other
I
day.
heard, man. That's all them damn fires are
Yeah,
cooking your asses.
it's been scary as.
It's madness, man. Pixel P is saying 16.
Yeah.
Max is saying 10, so someone's.
It
fucked.
was, I looked it up, it was like 17.6.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So in Fahrenheit, we were 107.6 the other day.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah. That's
insane.
my
brutal.
It's the smoke.
my hot water
It's like
system is
greenhouse effect.
my hot water is only 8 degrees warmer than the air outside. Like, it's crazy.
Oh my god,
It was nuts.
dude!
So it's
You could
perfect.
crack an egg and you could crack an egg, Joe, on your freaking solid abs and just cook that shit.
on my solid ab singular. And it because it's convex, the egg would cook. It'd be like a little egg bowl. It'd come back like a bowl. If it went over my navel, it'd have like a little handle in the center of it as well.
It's a nipple. It would be a nipple.
That's
It's in reverse.
That's horrible.
So-
That's horrible. We've had too many. There have been. If my one piece of feedback. Actually, I got 2 pieces of feedback. One, there's been too many nipples in this show.
There
And
has.
two, Wes, you need to clean that fucking room, man.
Yeah, that's why I had the
Yeah, what happened to the background, dude? In the begining, you had the background.
How do I
What
get the
happened to it?
backgrounds back up?
It's gonna be like this pristine room.
Before the show, I was talking to Will about how to hide the background because, like, on Skype, you can just blur the background so nobody can see the back, like the room.
Yeah,
You
I
had
could.
it down though. You were putting background.
So
there you
there
go.
he's back.
I was trying to make out what sort of lotions were on your bedside table and stuff, man.
Oh no.
Everything is my fiance's.
Sure,
Even
your
the mess.
fiance. Yeah, right.
So I got a Miscast Reads thing coming out pretty soon. It's
This
the
week?
6th story. Hopefully I can get it out by this
Awesome.
weekend. I'm shooting for this weekend. And then I actually have a like a theory of Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars
Ooh.
about why
Interesting.
he was considered the chosen one and why the Force created him in the first place. And everything that people think, in my opinion, is wrong. So it should be pretty freaking interesting.
Wow.
It's gonna be like that Queen video I did, all broken down in serious like depths.
Mhm.
So
You got to watch out for
Voiceovers
those Star Wars fans, man. You need to get
Yeah.
us on there to give you a bit of backup, I think, mate.
oh no, I got it down, man. I'm
Alright.
geek enough for that shit.
He'll be-
Come at me, bro. Come at
It'll
me.
be like that time you made that roast video to Danny.
That was a mistake. that should be just like never again.
I think it was. I think
Come
you did
on,
this.
that video was fucking great. Just Europe didn't think so.
I loved it. I loved it, man. And you know what? You did us all a public service. We all learned from that experience, so that was a good
Yeah,
thing.
don't do that. Don't fuck with Nightwish, man. And I didn't even fuck with Nightwish. I was fucking with Danny fucking with Nightwish. So it's like third tier just got
They did
ripped
not
too,
take
man.
kindly to that whatsoever.
No. Oh, dude, you guys didn't even see half the shit I saw.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I had to strip it. I had to strip it of all keywords, all like mentions
Damn.
of Nightwish. Like I redid the thumbnail.
Have you had to? Did
Yeah.
you have to like block comments or delete comments at all?
A couple of them I did because they were freaking seriously nasty, and it was getting like it. Dude, it was. I don't know if it was because of hate. Probably because of hate. 'Cause everybody loves to hate, but it was getting like 2,000 views a day. It
Whoa.
was moving, man.
Whoa.
Like, it was climbing, and the comments were coming in like I was getting slapped in the face. I DM'd Danny. I'm like, dude, I can't take it anymore. I gotta kill this thing.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
Strong freaking ability to take shit, but not that.
You should just turn it into. You should just turn your channel into roasting everything Danny makes, so to piggyback off the traffic and get all that hate.
Roasting Danny Mick. Danny says, "Fuck them. They can't take a joke." Yeah, don't tell them that, Danny. Holy shit! Please, man, your channel's growing, dude. Let's
your favorite can't take a joke, huh? You'll take the piss out of Nightwish, huh? Well, fuck you.
Thank God those assholes don't come to my channel anymore. You're not assholes. I swear to God, you're not assholes. I just didn't know. I'm sorry.
The court of public
guys,
opinion. What can you do?
That's it for the first episode of Movie Madness Talk Tuesday. We'll be back next Tuesday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join us. And if you want, do your homework on some movies so you can come on here and talk some shit in the second half of the hour.
Oscar recap.
Cool.
Oscar recap. Yes, this will be after the Oscars, fresh in the brain, like a what do they call that? A Monday morning quarterback or whatever.
Some shit like that. Hey, I'm gonna be at work next week, so we'll talk. We'll talk anyway.
All right, we'll get her done. I think DJ Valentine might be swinging by, Mr. Tibbs.
That man.
If you can hop on there, Joe.
That man knows his shit. That man knows his shit. He's definitely a worthy guest.
Wear fire retardant clothes for sure.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll, man.
God damn, that stuff's got to end at some point, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we had two really big ones about something like 20 or 30 Ks from us the other day that were like, I think they blew out to about 30,000 hectares. They're pretty big. It was
Holy
scary.
Shit,
yeah,
man.
It was scary. We got our little bug out kits all ready to go just in case. But yeah,
much love to all you guys, man.
Yeah, we're good, man. I feel sorry for the marsupials at the moment. That's probably
what is it like?
I think.
How many animals is it? I know it's crazy.
There's over a billion, man.
That's
over
insane.
a billion. It's really not great. It's starting to fuck with people now, man, because it's like we've been under this shroud of smoke. We haven't seen blue sky for 3 months. It's really apocalyptic in some ways, and people are just going crazy, like they're at each other's throats. And the only salvation at the moment, actually, man, is getting into a nice, clean, air-conditioned cinema and just escaping for a couple of hours, if you can. That's been really cool. So, but man, if you guys feel so inclined, I've got some information over on my website. I did an article a couple of weeks ago about how you can sort of support the bushfires in Australia and stuff. But don't feel obliged. Like, everyone's doing their bit, and they've done really well. Like, they're making a lot of money from donations and stuff. It's been good, and it's been cool to hear from people overseas as well. So, yeah, I don't want to get too much into it.
I'll drop a link to some support system in the comments.
Yeah, cool, man.
Later.
Cool.
Rock and roll. All right, Wes, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See, you gonna be on next Tuesday with me?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Rock and roll, man. Cool. All right, guys, it was a great inaugural episode. Thank you very much, everybody in chat. You fucking rock.
Yeah, thank you so
everybody.
much, man.
Pixel
Thank
Pia
you, guys.
Max, Art by Sabrina, Danny Mick Reacts, DJ Talks, D-Zombified, Swedish Mom, holy shit, and Shinola. Welcome, right at the end. Sorry, it's the end. Tenchi, you rock, freaking Evil Vitch, all you guys, if I missed you, I'm sorry, but you're all awesome. And we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
See you guys.
I'm a true champion.